Welcome back. Road Rants for the Matrix and Road Show, and for these purposes, Road Rants on Star Wars. Let's talk about the Book of Boba Fett. My spoiler review is up from this morning. Without giving too much away, didn't love it. In fact, didn't like it. Gave it a 2 out of 5 stars, and this is coming from somebody that, yes, even in the Fandom Menace, I loved the Mandalorian. I did. My third favorite character is Boba Fett. Was really looking forward to this show because there were 3 entities involved in making this. Filoni, Favreau, Robert Rodriguez, who I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of all of them, okay? Love the Clone Wars. Love the Clone Wars final season outside of those 3 middle episodes with Hans and Franz, or whatever those 2 twins' name was. The middle episode SJWs that they plopped in. But the last 4 episodes, some of the best Star Wars that ever Star Wars. So, was really looking forward to this. Now, no wokeness, no propaganda that I could see in the Book of Boba Fett. Okay, so that is a plus. That's something I should have mentioned this morning, and I didn't. But I was very curious. Like, what were the initial reactions to this thing? You know, where are we at right now? Especially in comparison to Mando, okay? I'm a little concerned, too, about the fact that we're dealing with a possible story that is limited outside of flashbacks to Tatooine, which we may be... Look, we may run into the same issue with Obi-Wan, okay? So that could be a big issue here, too. All right, so keep that in mind. I hadn't thought about that, but that could limit the scale in which this story gets to operate on. Kind of a concern I didn't think about going into this thing. So, let's check in with our guys over at Bounding in the Comics, because they've got the Rotten Tomatoes stuff, they got the Cinema Score stuff, and we'll get a look at where it stands right now. Audience scores arrived for the latest Star Wars series, The Book of Boba Fett. Lucasfilm debuted their latest Star Wars series, The Book of Boba Fett, on Disney Plus, and audience scores and reactions are rolling in. We'll get to see some of the things that people said. On Rotten Tomatoes, this series currently has an 84%. That's good. That's good. That's not bad. From 61 ratings, the average rating was a 4.2 out of 5. And there are some takeaways, some people that made their feelings be known. Little odd, though, on some of these high ratings. You know, like this person, Alvin S. gives this thing a 4 stars out of 5. The show is off to a bit of a slow start, but it feels very Star Warsy, and that's what I like about it. Well, I got to tell you, one of my issues was it didn't feel very Star Warsy, outside of a couple of, you know, flashback scenes, the Sarlacc thing, walking into the cantina. That felt a little Star Warsy. You know, being in Jabba's palace, yeah, that was Star Warsy. But there were a couple of things, kind of like the Star Wars ninjas that have shown up all of a sudden. That didn't feel Star Warsy at all to me. And off to a bit of a slow start. So I'm kind of wondering, you know, 4 out of 5 stars here. You know, it feels inflated. It does. I'm not sure why off to a bit of a slow start we get a 4 out of 5 stars. And that was one of my issues. I just nailed it a lot harder than that. This person gives a 3 out of 5. The series doesn't take itself too seriously, and I love that. The score was amazing. The first episode didn't have much going on, but I am hopeful for new and exciting episodes. You know, that's my thing. I hope. I've got some hope here. I love Boba Fett. I hope it turns out to be great. Great opening to the series, full of tensions, mythos, really sets the mood for things to come. Did we watch a different series? This guy gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Very slow, underwhelming opening for a highly anticipated show. Look, choreography was poor. See, I didn't even get that out of it, okay? I thought the choreography was fine. This person gave it a 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Episode not bad, but not too great either. Well, that seems kind of high for just not bad. Now, this guy nailed it. 0.5 out of 5. 0.5 out of 5. Felt cheesy, looked cheap. Felt like a fan's fever dream turned into a YouTube fan film. Well, I got to be honest with you. There's a trailer out there for Boba Fett right as he's escaping the Sarlacc pit and he's heading back to the Slave One. And I got to tell you, that felt a lot cooler, in my opinion, than what we ultimately got. And I did think about that during the whole Sarlacc pit thing. Flashback sequences with Back to Tank was cool. Yeah. I mean, I liked the Back to Tank. It wasn't bad. IMDb, the show currently has a weighted average of 8.7 out of 10, 1,761 users. Got a lot of 8, 9s, and 10s. I see that. Surprisingly, a lot of 1s. 55, that's a lot. And I'm not going to go into any more specifics on this, but, I was really shocked. I was really shocked by how the first episode went. I was disappointed. And to give you an idea, and while I'm thinking about it, I'll just show it right here. And this is kind of what I expected. Mando's got a 91 audience score. Okay, so they're already down 7% versus the Mandalorian. Now I understand the Mandalorian's got a lot wider berth at this point, but the Mandalorian was always in the 90s, even from the beginning. And part of that, and what I said in my review, was this show lacked no money shot. There was no Grogu reveal. There was nothing like that. Sadly, and I'll just keep it real, the first episode of The Mandalorian had some epic moments in it. This had none. This had nothing that felt epic whatsoever, earth-shattering. I'm concerned about the limited workspace that this thing's going to have on the planet and dealing with flashbacks. And who knows? I mean, I may get smacked in my eye next Wednesday with a great episode, mic dropper, 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5 in my case. But I'm glad I'm not the only one, okay? I said, I'm fair. I am fair. I will take every product. Look, there's plenty of people in our community that hated The Mandalorian, and I loved it. I did, and I wasn't ashamed to admit that. But man, I kind of feel like the quality has taken a step down here. That this almost feels like the story wasn't hashed out enough. Maybe there was not enough story surrounding Boba Fett for them to draw from. Okay, I thought it was really cool that he was taking over for Jabba the Hutt, but then again, that scenario feels pretty limited now, doesn't it? I mean, I'm starting to wonder, should they not have just put, Boba Fett back in his old profession, which is bounty hunting? That could have been very interesting. So, concern with the show. Tell me what you think, Matrix and Rhodes fans. I just wanted us to check in and see, where's this thing stand, and where does it stand in comparison to Mando, where Mando is at. And I can pretty well remember, because of covering it on my old channel, the Mandalorian was always in the 90s. That gives you some, and I've seen a lot of, this thing was real slow. It was very slow. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.